We are lifted. We are gifted y protegido. Protegido. I know protegido has an accent. That should be wrong. Obviously, this is backwards. Can you read backwards? Maybe. If you're like me, you probably can read backwards a little bit. But if you're normal, maybe you can't. Okay, that is the shadow. Your reflection, basically. Or it can be. I feel like the shadow, in a sense, is a very complex concept, actually. It's not just the reflection, because anything can be a reflection. Another person, another human in front of you can be a reflection. Well, technically we are all reflections of each other, because our reality comes through what is inner. So we experiencing everything inward. We're experiencing the physical reality of it. I just tapped into something, but yeah, we are lifted, we are gifted y protegido siempre. Ew, we are lifted, we are gifted y protegido siempre. Si se puede, si se puede. May God bless you, may God bless me, may God bless we. And we're about to start. Let me clear some energy real quick though. And let me breathe, because child, I don't be breathing. So the download for today's episode is stop explaining yourself. Stop explaining yourself. What could that mean? What could that mean? I don't know. Maybe to the person who might have a tendency to be a little bit people pleasing, maybe. So, with not over explaining yourself, the reason for that is because it takes away your power. Why does over explaining yourself take away the power of the concept in general? So in theory, or in this example, you are the concept, okay? So if you continue, it's almost like having to continuously over and over, like just explain, like when you break something down, right, you simplify it. You almost take away its magic in a sense, like the illusion, I guess, but you take away the essence in a sense. So you're breaking yourself down to a person that you barely know, or you just met. You have to think about it. You have to look at it this way, like, why am I breaking myself or my career or my hobby down, or what I'm trying to explain to someone down? Because I feel like because I'm so afraid, or I fear of not being seen or felt. You have to be okay with may or may not. You have to be okay with the possibility of not being seen, heard, or felt. The only way you can be completely sane and completely fine with that is to continuously gravitate towards people who you feel seen and felt by, and not towards the people who are more so in your comfort zone, the ones that are like, you know, from a certain part of your past and you've learned certain karmic lessons and everything, not the ones you have trauma bonds with. I'm not talking about the ones who keep you in your comfort zone, because the new world we're in right now, you're not even going to want to be there for long. Your comfort zones are killing people nowadays. Like, literally. Like, it's not even a metaphor anymore. Comfort zones will kill you. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to break the scene real quick. Comfort zones will kill you. Comfort zones will kill you. You want to know why comfort zones will kill you? Because it's not really comfortable. You know why it's not really comfortable? It's the illusion. Comfort is comfort. Comfort zone is an illusion created by whatever person who created that word, okay? Comfort zone. It's just a zone. It's not truly comfort, okay? It's a distorted lane. You know what I'm saying? We can feel all the emotions and we can experience many things on earth, correct? Cool. We can experience being comfortable, but you don't want to like live in the comfortability of the person you are right now, because what I'm channeling for the people, if you are drawn to these episodes, if you're drawn to shadow work, if you are drawn to anything I be doing, like as far as the shadow work, this shadow reach series, this series, it's because there are certain things within you you are drawn to heal, or you are drawn to flip it upside down. Shadow work is not, one, it's not really that celebrated, I guess, and I heard in the therapy community, but shadow work is a whole different thing. It's not, you can do your research on it if you want to, but this is shadow work. Is my shadow work for my collective curriculum different? Yes, it's only different because I am also, it is a spiritual concept, along with me adding the fact that I can psychically tap into my collective's energy. So that's why, you know, it's collective shadow work and not just me doing it by myself. I'd rather be here with my spirit family doing shadow work together collectively, and then have God put me here as an example doing it for maybe the people who are afraid to do it by themselves. So then that creates a trickle effect, and so everyone is sovereign. I'm not here to be your God. Trinity, this being, is not here to be your God. Trinity, Mama OG, whatever, however you see me on these platforms, I'm not here to be your God. I'm not here to be your, I am a spirit guide. I'm a multimedia spirit guide. That is all. Am I more things? Maybe. But in a just, I'm a spirit guide. I want people to know that, and I want you guys to take responsibility for your own healing. Take responsibility for your own shadow. Take responsibility. And when I say own, you know what I'm saying? I know how we talk about the collective consciousness, and it's like, oh, nothing's really individual. We're all together. We're all one. Yes, I'm talking about you can still be an like, once you get certain concepts, that doesn't mean other concepts disappear. So yes, if you fully grasp the term of collective consciousness or unity consciousness, like we're all one. Yes, we're all one. Now that you fully grasp that concept, that doesn't mean that we still aren't individual. A lot of people are getting stuck in that psychosis phase of their spiritual journey. We're like, oh, it's unity. We're all one. We're all this. We're all, you know, and they're completely stripping themselves of their individual identity. But you don't have to do that. The reason for the introduction of the unity consciousness was to make sure that people, the reason why it became trendy in the first place is an energetic shift. It has nothing to do with us. It has something to do with the shifts and the alignments to where the universe wanted to bring unity consciousness in the forefront for everybody so people can know. Now, you have to know what you are tapping into. Yes, we are unity consciousness. It just is. Consciousness is just consciousness. We're all up there and everything's connected like a spider, like the internet. How there's a physical manifestation of freaking the internet. That's the same thing in the spiritual realms, okay? Cool. I am on a tangent. Let me move back. Let's get some help from spirit, because I think I just went on a whole little rant. Let's get a download from spirit, you guys. I think I went overboard. You like me? You don't even know me. I think you just like something about you. Maybe you just like what I'm saying. Maybe you're just intrigued by the energy that's going on around. All right, spirit. Truth only. What do we need to look at today for the collective right now, for spirit family? As far as shadow work goes, please. Shadow work only. What did I just say? What did I just say? Time to get stable. There is no stability in you only participating in unity consciousness and not your individual self. Yes, the people in here, I'm sensing that your purpose is probably to help people. If your purpose isn't to help people, you were either groomed as a child to be a helper, or you have like some deeply rooted like concepts with like America as far as like gender roles and stuff like that. It has something to do with that. But it's time for you to, yes, it's okay. Focus on self. You're not a narcissist for focusing on self. You're not, I promise you. If this group, I'm channeling a lot. If this group has ever sat here and felt like they were a narcissist simply because they were in a season where they needed to focus on, you're not a narcissist, bro. You're not a narcissist. Have we all experienced certain narcissistic traits amongst us? Yes. But I think people are so stuck on trying to find a identity instead of their identity. People are trying to adopt identities instead of becoming the identity. You know? You become yourself. You always will be yourself. Just continuously refined. Just refinement. But let's circle back. Let's circle back to the title. Do not over-explain yourself. Hello. I'm sorry, my love. I gotta take you out. I gotta put you on timeout because I have a thing about spamming the comment section, because if somebody has a comment I need to see and I can't see it because you were being irresponsible with your comment, you have to go. But hopefully I'll see you next time. Anyway, so completely out of thought. I just over-explained myself. Guess who the people pleaser is? Me. And if you resonate, we probably are like relating in that way. But I didn't have to explain that person as to why I kicked them out. I didn't have to say anything. But because I'm like literally programmed with like, or not programmed, but I was just how I grew up. I'm like that. I'm kind, but a sense where if you were maybe raised in an area, or you grew up to where you were raised to, let me think of the word. Let me slow down my thoughts right now because I'm getting really hot. When I do not calm down and allow myself to breathe during these shadow work sessions, or even when I'm doing readings or anything, I usually tend to what's the face? Guys, I'm losing all freaking, I'm sorry. I was so excited about this freaking episode today. I think I like burnt myself out before I got here energetically. But I still hope people who come in and out of this live take some importance. But let's get some more help from spirit, because child, it's getting a little hot in here and I'm not really sure why. I'm not reading nobody to filth today. We're just doing shadow work. If you want to be ready to filth, then contact me. We have a blank card. Okay. So someone has an irrational fear of not being seen. I know I said having an irrational fear of not being seen. Meaning like someone is craving a certain kind of attention that they could have only got from a specific person that is no longer here. If that's the case, you have to take away the assigned duty or responsibility from that person away. When people pass on, I'm tapping to a specific individual right now. So I'm going to take the time to explain this and I'm going to get back to the collective. I don't want to like just not relay this message to someone. So just patient before I get back to the group. But this specific person, you have to take on their energy. When somebody passes on, they leave all the stuff they've learned, the stuff they went through, the experience in the earth, correct? That is how we do ancestral work, and we connect with the people who were here before, before us. If you had someone that passed away that provided you some form of comfort or provided you something that you weren't providing yourself, the whole goal of that is to not become that person, but to master what that person gave to you so you can give it to yourself. And then once you can give that to yourself, you can give this to others. So whether it is, whether this person in your life, they were a good listener, or they were just good at being there for you, or they were good at making time for you. I think it's time. I think whoever I'm speaking to, I don't want to cry right now because I'm tapping into some heavy stuff right now, but whoever I'm speaking to has a problem with making time for themselves because they put a lot of people or responsibilities or everyone else above them so they can hide behind their work, so they won't have to address the fact that they need to acquire the skill that a passed away loved one already had naturally. So your goal or your mission, that one part of your journey, which you have many journeys, but that one mission is to learn from them. How do you learn? The best way you can learn from a passed on loved one is to embrace the fact that they're passed on, honor them, you honor, and you release them. You study them. You don't pervert them. It's very easy to pervert the spirit or pervert the essence of a person who's here because it's so. For example, Michael Jackson dies years ago, and we have a whole bunch of videos of freaking everybody going to everybody's birthday party. This is Michael Jackson. That got lost in translation. Do you see how people were able? I'm sorry. I'm trying to shift the energy of the mood real quick. Do you see how people were able to take a pop star, right? A beloved pop star, and change that into something, I guess, positive? I mean, it's funny for us. For them, it's cool. Everybody is engaging. That's a whole different story. I don't know. Let's get back into center. I'm so sorry, bro. You guys have to make sure you guys are commenting because I don't want to be channeling and then my birthday is the same as Michael Jackson, 8/29. 8/29. Is that a Virgo? Are you a Virgo? Michael Jackson was a Virgo. Oh, I love me a Virgo. I think I've mastered the art of being a Virgo's like friend, low-key. I'm not about to make this whole live about the shadow of the Virgo. We're not doing that. Because I literally had the thought to do that, but then I was like, wait a minute. Like, this is a collective thing. You know, it's not Virgo's class. Facts, Virgo sun, Scorpio moon. That's a Scorpio moon. I would love to have a Scorpio in my moon. Because that makes sense. The Scorpio is with the moon. So it's like a perfect placement. They put Aries in my jump. They put a fire element. They put a fire sign in my moon. Who put fire on my moon? Okay, anyway, let's get back to the shadow work, guys, because we were getting a little distracted. Thank y'all. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm channeling a little bit. All right. Thank you, Midnight. All right, so we have a shadow right here. Say hi, Bookie. Hi. Today's shadow work is not going to be too long. I feel like tomorrow's going to be longer. But yeah, this is Bookie. Okay, and he's going to be here with us for the rest of the episode. Or she. I'm sorry. Bookie, she has like a lot of masculine energy. So sometimes we call her he. But she's definitely a woman. She identifies as female. But anyway, what was I saying? I guess Spirit doesn't want us to do any too heavy shadow work today. Today is like the first day of fall. Let's not like, I'm gonna go. I guess this week, I didn't think this week was gonna be too simplified. But today's the first, let's just talk about today's the first day of fall. So I hope everybody's getting aligned with what they're gonna do, like what their plans are for their mental health in winter. If you go through seasonal depression, I would suggest you take as many walks as you can before the winter gets here to collect as much vitamin D as possible. I would also suggest eating lots and lots and lots and lots of foods, lots and lots and lots of foods that have the vitamin C and the vitamin D in there. Make sure you are cutting back on your screen time out. Like, start rolling in the habits you want to make for winter, because if you do struggle, or if you do go through seasonal depression, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but I have a feeling this winter is going to be gnarly. But should I like tell everybody that, or should I just let them, like, should I just, I'm just telling my collective, like, be ready. But it's like, should I tell everybody else? Should I tell the world that? Like, should I tell them? Or just let them find out? No, I've already said it, because I guys, this 2025 winter is gonna be OC, baby. Good evening, big head. Child, the shadow work is over. But I was just telling everybody, I'm gonna get you hip to the download I got. I need you guys to already get the ball rolling on figuring out your plans to for winter. And not like plans as far as like, no, the specifically your mental health. Everyone listen, I'm gonna say it one more time. Specifically your mental health. What are your plans for the winter? I know we're in fall. I know this is the first day of fall. Like, oh my gosh, why are you worried about? I'm not worried about the winter. I'm just time traveling real quick so you guys can make sure you guys are getting your mental health prepared. Get the therapist on deck. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're eating whole foods. Cut out the processed sugar. What else? Drinking a lot of water. Cut back your screen time. Exercise. Start getting an exercise routine and going. If you don't like to exercise, going to the gym, dance. Get something that is active, that isn't gym-esque. I'm just trying to heavily make sure people know, because I'm about to get off here and probably screen record the last part of this live, put it on my Instagram page so that people can know that this winter's seasonal depression, for the people who have seasonal depression in the winter, it's gonna be a little, she might be a little heavy. All right. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna tell them, y'all. Should I tell them? That's evil for me not to tell them, right? I'm gonna tell them. All right, I gotta go. Bye.